So, if you play Clash Royale, I'm pretty sure you're aware of the most recent update that the developers have dropped. You most likely know how bad the update is, and how the vast majority of players hate it. Hate it enough to where there's an ongoing boycott where people are refusing to spend money on the game and are even uninstalling it from their devices. Needless to say, the Clash Royale community is in absolute shambles right now, and with the general perception of the game being at an all-time low, players are either desperate for an update reversion or have completely given up on the game as a whole. In this video, I'm going to talk a little more about the boycott and why I think a CR boycott is overall futile. Now, let me make one thing very clear. Boycotts have the potential to be very influential and have even played a vital role in shaping up the world's history. It's because of boycotts and other forms of protests like the Indian independence movement and the Montgomery bus boycott of the 1900s that society is what it is today. This video isn't meant to downplay the power of boycotts or protests as a whole, and in the context of Clash Royale, I'm not trying to ridicule anyone for participating. This video is just me pointing out why I personally think that the impact of said protests will end up inconsequential. Okay, so let's be honest, bad updates are nothing new to Clash Royale. Update for Losers, Clan Wars 2, Slash Royale, Queen Goblin's Journey, do those updates sound familiar? Clash Royale has had a series of unpopular, unsuccessful updates that have caused uproar within its community. It's not like we've never been in this situation before. The developers for some reason keep churning out new features that negatively impact the game, and we as the community are always the ones receiving the short end of the stick from these updates. This may sound a bit harsh and melodramatic, but considering we've been getting so many bad updates, it's about time we ask ourselves, do the devs even care? I mean, let's be honest, Clash Royale has been on a downward spiral ever since Clan Wars 2, the one and only update released in the game for the year 2020. Sure, the game gets some good updates every now and then, like the Magic Items update or the Champions update. Or rather, the concept of Champions instead of level fucking 14 being added to the game. But the normal Clash Royale updates nowadays is to expect the dev team to screw something up somehow. The game has been in a state to where updates are no longer exciting, but rather the opposite. Players are getting worried about updates because the developers have simply lost the trust of the Clash Royale community by dishing out bad update after bad update. Instead of getting hyped, players get anxious about new content, and that sucks. That really sucks. I see a lot of people talk about how the most recent update is the worst update in Clash Royale history, and while that's probably true, the same has been said for so many updates in the past. You know the saying, history doesn't repeat itself, it simply rhymes? Well, it's doing just that, rhyming. It's really not a good look when the worst update in the game changes every few months. It just makes me think that the developers have stopped caring about the game's well-being and focus more on the game's profits. Well, funnily enough, despite being the most pay-to-win Supercell game, it makes the least money out of Supercell's big three, including Clash of Clans and Brawl Stars. They seem to be making decisions that are more focused on increasing the game's revenue rather than increasing the game's quality of life. I'm honestly not convinced that they care about us anymore, I'm sorry. I just don't see how anyone can look at these updates and think that they're good, especially the most recent update. And when I say anyone, I'm talking about anyone on the dev team. Let's go back to the topic of this video, why the Clash Royale boycott is pointless. Well, it's pointless because the developers have just stopped caring long ago. You could make the argument that messing up the game's metrics will force them to listen, but considering that said metrics have been decreasing for years, I doubt we'll get to a point where the team starts giving a damn about the game's quality. Keep in mind, this is the same team that will keep gameplay bugs in the game for months without any consequence, but mass ban hundreds of accounts due to a lucky drop exploit. This is the same team that will release broken cards on release while ignoring cards that have been weak for a long time. And when they release a new card that turned out to be weak, Rune Giant! Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. They emergency buff the hell out of it to get more people to buy it. If that's not proof of the developer's blatant greed, then I genuinely don't know what is. It's even more damning when said broken cards get nerfed weeks after their release. What a giant middle finger to the people who bought the cards. They might as well spit on our faces and call us a bunch of suckers. Hell, that might be more admirable because they're at least being blunt and admitting how they feel about their consumers by doing that. Also, another thing to note is that the active online Clash Royale community makes up such a minority of the player base. A lot of people who play Clash Royale don't tune into online forums or social medias related to the game. There's a big population of players who play it strictly for leisure, whether they're taking public transport, or if they're dropping a deuce on the porcelain throne. This population of players, whether you like it or not, make up the majority, and they're not gonna give two hoots about the ongoing protests against the game. They don't have to, and that's something we just gotta accept. Some people will still play the game and spend money on it, and they shouldn't be shunned for doing that. At the end of the day, it's a video game, and if people want to play it, then that's okay. That's gonna be it for me. What do you guys think about the Clash Royale boycott? Could this potentially be the end of the game? Probably not, but that's just me. Could the game get better over time? Probably not, but that's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching the video to the end, and as always, take care of each other and love each other. Peace.